Hey everyone, welcome to PC Perspective. I'm Ryan Shrout. Today we're going to take a look at a new product from Corsair. This is the Voyager Air, and this is their entry into the world of wireless storage devices, wireless hard drives, with a bunch of other kind of neat features and add-ons that can make it kind of cool. Now the device itself is just basically a portable hard drive with 3 different ways to connect to it, 3 different ways to use it. It has a battery for extending out. You don't take it with you on the road. It doesn't have to be plugged in all the time. It's actually a really nice feature. It's actually a 6,200 milliamp hour battery worth about 7 hours of streaming video, they claim. You can see here it's available in red or black. Even though the MSRP is $180, you can find it on Amazon and Newegg for 99 bucks or so. So it's actually a fairly good deal. We have the 500 gig version. There is a 1 terabyte version as well. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what we get inside here. Now, it is an external hard drive, basically with wireless and hardwired networking support, which actually lets you do some pretty cool things. Fairly easy instruction manual to go through. Here's the device itself. It's got a little bit of our fingerprints on it, but it's nice device. It's fairly high quality build. It's got the power connection, USB 3.0 connection, and a Gigabit Ethernet port. And on the front you have a power switch, and you have the hardwired switch to turn on and disable Wi-Fi. Then there's indicator lights for power, charge level, connectivity, that kind of stuff. Although also inside the box you get a little carrying case for it, nothing special there. You get the USB 3.0 cable that is obviously USB 2.0 compatible, so if you have USB 3 it makes data transfers a lot faster, but it's not required. You have a USB charging cable, so you can charge it through USB, you can charge it through the included wall adapter, or they included a car adapter as well, so you've actually got a lot of different options there. And there's the AC adapter. So not much else in that regard in terms of the actual hardware. To turn it on, all you have to do is flip the power switch, and you'll see it'll go through a little boot up sequence here. It'll give us our battery indicator. I think that means we have about 20% of our battery left. We've got our wireless turned on. Now there's 3 different ways to use this, as I was talking about before. One is just as a standard portable USB 3.0 hard drive. You use that cable, you plug it in, you use the power connection, and you can use it to transfer large files from work or the office. You can use it just as a USB 3 high-speed external drive. High speed going up to about 120 megabytes per second, read and write according to our benchmarking that we did real quick. The other way to use it is as a hardwired device in your home network. So it has an Ethernet port, which is kind of unique to a lot of these external kind of portable hard drives. And if you plug this into your home network and power it on, you basically, every PC on your home network now has access to this drive. You can mount it as a Samba drive letter in Windows and Mac, and then you can use it as a Gigabit Ethernet interface. Now we transferred some speeds to it, transferred some files to it. We weren't getting true gigabit speeds on there. We were kind of limited to, I think, 30 megs per second write, maybe 80 or 90 megs per second read speed out of it. Good, not great, but for the type of device you have there. The other way to access it is just wirelessly. So when you turn it on and you enable the wireless connection, it actually creates its own little personal hotspot. So what we did here is boot up the iPad, and if we go to Wi-Fi, we'll see now we actually have a Wi-Fi connection here called Voyager Air. So we're going to go ahead and connect to that, and then we'll type in our password here. We'll keep that secret because we don't want you guys just to have access to it when we're out at shows and all that stuff. So now we're connected to it through the Wi-Fi connection of the Corsair Voyager Air. And you download an application. They have iOS and Android, and I think they have an Amazon Kindle app too. And when you turn it on, you get this. You actually can see all the folders that we've copied on here, some videos we've copied on here. Crazy Lady on MP4 is a very important video. You can see, let's see, we'll start this one. And it all streams wirelessly. So you can play back some video files. The application itself is pretty good. There's some hiccups with it. Like, so here's some MP3s. You know, we can start listening to it. But as soon as you want to move on to another type of file, you know, it's like, oh, I want to keep looking around, and you hit done, it actually stops it. You can actually keep playing the music in the background if you leave the application, but if you try to go anywhere else inside the application, it kind of cancels you out of that, which is frustrating. The playback seems to work pretty well. You can actually copy files to and from the device. You know, it's going to be a little bit different working on iOS than it is on Android. With Android, you have a little bit more flexibility in terms of just direct copying files to and direct copying files from. But it does seem to work, and no major issues there. There is some problems with, as you saw when I tried to start that MKV file, where sometimes video players or the video files aren't compatible with that particular operating system and the application's integrated video player and audio player that it has. But it works as well as you would expect for other mobile devices. Now, there is one thing that's kind of interesting is, even if you're connected to this through its internal Wi-Fi hotspot, you may still want to be able to get on the internet. So what they have here in the settings is the capability to do pass-through. And if you enable that, it actually will search through all the wireless networks in your area. And it's actually searching on the Voyager Air. And as you'll see here, there'll probably be a ton of them that pop up at our office. So we will connect to this one. And let's see, where'd it go? So we have to, after enabling that, it actually tells you to reconnect to the Voyager Air. There we go. So it did reconnect eventually. Go back into here, and we should see that pass-through is enabled on the PC per 2.4. That's our 2.4 gigahertz option there. So that means basically that we can browse the internet. You could use any of the other, networking services that you would be used to using through that. You cannot access local networking resources. Say you connected to the Voyager Air on your laptop. You connected to the Voyager Air Wi-Fi hotspot, and then you use the pass-through. So it's using, your office or your home network Wi-Fi. You can't actually access, say, any other network devices that may exist on there. That kind of pass-through capability isn't there. Also kind of frustrating is that in our use, we've actually updated this to the latest firmware as well. Every time you shut off and turn the Voyager back on, you actually have to re-enable pass-through, which is kind of a pain there. For me, the best use case for this is as a kind of like a really easy, simple to use NAS device for multi-user home environments. Keeping it connected to the Ethernet that way, you just kind of use it as an external hard drive. You copy data to it, you back up data to it. Multiple people can back up data to it. And then if you want to take it with you. You're going on a work trip or you're going on a road trip. You just, you flip the switch, you power it off, you unplug it, and if it's a short trip where you think you're going to be gone 5 or 6 or 7 hours, you don't even have to bring the AC adapter. You just take it with you, turn it on, and now anybody within a 90-foot range, Corsair claims the access point range is, will have access to the audio, video, or any other files that happen to exist on that drive. So it actually works out pretty well. Let's see, other than those main capabilities or those main functionality, it's a standard external hard drive for $99, 500 gigs. I think it's $200 for the 1 terabyte version, but it's actually a fairly capable little device. A couple little quirks, like I said, in terms of having to enable pass-through and not being able to access network resources when it's on pass-through. But if you're looking for a small, convenient, mostly portable external hard drive that has some speedy connection options with Gigabit Ethernet and USB 3.0, the Corsair Voyager is a pretty good option. Now make sure you go to PCPro.com, check out the link that should be associated with this video for the rest of the review. We'll have some benchmarks and some screenshots and some images of the device, and check out the Corsair Voyager Air.